We are in Mexico, bringing you our travel guide to Cancun. Cancun is Mexico's most famous tourist resort, sitting on the Caribbean coast in the southeastern Mexican state of Quintana Roo. It's famous for having colourful nightlife and flashy all-inclusive hotels. But there is another side to this region, and we're going to show you why it's worth exploring. Take a couple of hours drive from the city and witness Mayan culture, historical ruins, stripped-back beaches and nature in all its beauty. Sound tempting? Well, we're here to show you how you can turn your trip into a real adventure. We're bringing you all the essential information to travel better, from food, money, transport and things to do. But first, how to get here. It's easy to fly to Cancun from the UK. We flew direct from London, which takes roughly 10 hours. As it's a long journey, booking a lounge at the airport can be a good idea. We went to club rooms and had breakfast before our flight. Take a look at our website for prices. If you have a British passport, you won't need a visa to enter the country. You will, however, be asked to fill out a landing card before passing through customs. It's really important to keep this card safe throughout your trip, as you will need it when you leave the country, and if you don't, you will have to pay a fine. Cancun is really tourist friendly, and many of the big hotel packages will include an airport transfer. But if you're doing it on your own, then your best bet is to pre-book a private taxi. If you're on a budget, there are always public buses that run every half an hour from the main air terminal to the big downtown Cancun bus station. From there, you could take a cab or the number 1 bus, which runs very frequently to the Strip. So I highly recommend travelling outside of Cancun to experience real Mexican culture. And most hotels will include transport with their excursion packages. But if you're doing it your own way, then don't panic. There's plenty of transport options on offer. One of the most popular options is to book an ADO bus. They are the Mexican version of the Megabus or Greyhound, so you can expect aircon and Wi-Fi on board. The ADO buses run to all tourist locations such as Chichen, Itza, Tulum and Coba. So another option is to jump in a Colectivo. So these are 10 to 16 seater air-conditioned minibuses that locals and tourists use, and the great thing is they tend to be a bit cheaper and run more often than buses. Or finally, you can do what we did and hire a private driver. So we booked through our hotel last night and it's cost us about £60 for the day, but he's taken us to Coba and the cenotes, so I think it's well worth the money. And as for getting around Cancun town, taking the local bus is really simple. The R1 and R2 run through the hotel zone to downtown and come every 5 minutes. They can be used to get from your hotel to the beach and also into town if you want to explore the markets. A single ticket costs 11 pesos. So this part of Mexico is built for tourists and actually has the largest police presence in the whole of the country. But it always pays to be vigilant. So here are our top tips for staying safe in and around Cancun. Watch out for pickpockets. The tap water might not be safe, so only use bottled water. Avoid using Uber. The rules regarding the service are a bit of a grey area in Cancun, and we were advised by a local to always stick with the regulated taxi companies. And finally, don't leave your drink unattended at clubs or bars. If you want beaches and nightlife, then Cancun has it in abundance. But there's so much more to explore outside of the city that is totally unique to Mexico. So here's our favourites. Visit one of the 7 wonders of the world, Chichen Itza, a famous Mayan ruin just 2 hours from Cancun. Most hotels will organise excursion packages here. Although the ruins are a tourist haven, it's worth checking out. The main pyramid, El Castillo, is very impressive. We got there early to avoid the crowds and the heat. Cool off in a cenote. You'll find loads of these natural water caves around the area. The water is super refreshing and great fun to jump into. A tip is to hire a private driver to take you to the best cenotes. So here's a little tip when planning your trip to go to see the cenotes. Try to avoid going on a Sunday. It's a free day for locals and can get really busy. Coba is less developed than other Mayan ruins, but actually the most exciting, as you can hire bikes and pedal through the jungle surrounding the ruins. A big plus is you can climb to the tallest ruin in Mexico at 42 metres high 120 steps up and the perfect place for a selfie with stunning views. Okay, we're halfway up and it's getting steep, but the views are looking pretty nice. So apparently the Mayans said that these pyramids were the closest thing to heaven once you get to the top. So let's hope that they were right. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Tulum is around a 2-hour drive from Chichen Itza and Cancun. It's right on the Caribbean coast with 7 miles of white sand and clear blue sea. I loved the laid-back vibe to this coastal town. Everything seemed very local with cute boutique hotels and shops. Isla Mujeres is a small island just a 20-minute boat ride from Cancun and makes for a great day trip. There's so much to do on this island. Try snorkeling, visit a turtle sanctuary, enjoy the beaches, and head to Punta Sur, the most easterly point in Mexico. We hired a golf buggy to get around, which was so much fun. And finally, try some of the local food. Some hotels will have Mexican restaurants, but the food in downtown Cancun is mainly American chains. So if you want to try real local cuisine, head to Market 23 or 28 for genuine Mexican food. I'm with Yuri from the Travel Foundation and she's going to take us through some Mexican language. So thank you very much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
So what is the difference between Mexican Spanish and Spanish?
Well, it's pretty much the accent. We have, as far as I know, in Mexico we have a very neutral accent. So I've heard from several travelers that actually coming to Mexico, if they're learning Spanish, they feel like, oh, this is heaven because it's easier to understand.
Okay. So, to begin with, very easy. Hello.
Hola.
Hola. I can do that one. Hola. Okay. Please.
Por favor.
Por favor. Por favor. Yeah? Okay. Thank you.
Gracias.
Gracias. Gracias. Okay, numbers 1 to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How are you?
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? I know that one.
If you want like be more into the slang, you would say ¿qué onda?
¿Qué onda? So, okay, I sound a little bit more Mexican if I say ¿qué onda?
Yeah, that's totally Mexican.
Okay, do you speak English?
¿Hablas inglés?
¿Hablas inglés? ¿Hablas inglés? And sorry, I don't understand.
Perdón, no entiendo.
And may I have the bill?
La cuenta, por favor.
La cuenta, por favor. Yeah, I think that's all of them, I think. I found that in Cancun, everyone spoke English.
Yeah, it's not a good place to try your Spanish skills because even though if you're trying to speak in Spanish, they will help you. Oh no, I'm going to speak English with you.
Exactly, and so you
but insist.
Exactly, but when we went to Tulum, actually in one of the restaurants, people didn't speak so much English, and in the hotels people weren't speaking so much English, so we had to try and use our basic Spanish.
Nice. Well, I think a useful one is also ¿dónde está el baño? Where's the bathroom?
Okay, ¿dónde está el baño?
El baño. ¿Dónde está el baño?
Okay.
Just in case.
Just in case, yeah. You always need that one. Okay, well, thank you so much. A huge thank you to Yuri from the Travel Foundation for taking the time to teach us some Spanish. The Travel Foundation is a charity supported by Holiday Extras that help and promote sustainable tourism in countries like Mexico. For more details on the projects here, follow the link in the description. The Mexican currency is pesos, but plenty of places in Cancun will accept American dollars. Now, if you're paying with American dollars, always accept change back in American dollars and not pesos, because otherwise you probably will get shortchanged. As a rule of thumb, it's always better to just pay in pesos if you're using change. How expensive will your stay be in Cancun? Well, here's a look back at our costs during our time in Mexico. Our return flights cost £577 each, direct from British Airways. Our worldwide travel insurance was £16 per person for standard cover with Holiday Extras. Our Holiday Extras airport transfer was £35 for a 4-seater car one way to Tulum. A hotel room in Tulum cost us £57 per night. These enchiladas in Cancun cost 110 pesos. Entrance to Chichen Itza is 242 pesos. Entrance to the famous cenote is 80 pesos. The return ferry to Isla Mujeres was 450 pesos per person. And finally, entrance to the Coba ruins was 100 pesos each. If you want to be sure of conversion rates, then we recommend using xe.com or download the app. And as our time in Mexico comes to an end, don't forget to subscribe for more destination tips and videos, as we've got loads more travel content to come. So that brings us to the end of our time in Mexico. My advice is to get out there, explore Chichen Itza, Coba, and my personal favourite being Tulum. It's only a 2-hour drive from Cancun and definitely worth it for the beautiful beaches and a little bit more Mexican culture.